He wasn't born into fame, yet there was always something striking about him, a rare mix of intensity, vulnerability, and screen magnetism that made audiences pause and pay attention. Tolga Sarıtaş didn't simply enter Turkish entertainment. He carved his own lane, transforming early passion and discipline into one of the most respected acting careers of his generation. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Tolga Sarıtaş was born on May 30th, 1991, in Istanbul, Turkey. Long before major sets and leading roles, he showed a strong interest in the arts, particularly music and performance. He studied guitar and was deeply drawn to emotional expression from a young age, developing sensitivity and discipline that would later shape his acting style. His acting journey began with supporting roles in television and film, where he steadily refined his craft rather than seeking instant stardom. Early appearances allowed him to build emotional control, realism, and on-screen confidence. His true breakthrough came with his portrayal of Sait Saad Sahanger in the historical epic Matizim Yüzyıl, where his performance stood out for its emotional fragility and depth, earning both audience admiration and critical praise. Rather than becoming confined to historical roles, Tolga pushed himself further. He gained massive popularity with his lead performance as Yavuz in Günsin Kızları, followed by intense and emotionally demanding roles in Saz, Baba, and other dramatic projects. In Saz, his portrayal of a soldier struggling with duty, loss, and leadership solidified his reputation as a powerful dramatic lead capable of carrying complex narratives. Tolga's approach to roles reflects precision and intention. He consistently chooses characters that challenge him emotionally and psychologically, avoiding repetition even when certain formulas guarantee success. This balance between popularity and depth has allowed him to remain relevant in a highly competitive industry. Off-screen, Tolga's public image blends sincerity with restraint. He avoids unnecessary controversy, maintains a respectful distance from constant exposure, and focuses on craft rather than spectacle. His presence feels grounded, reinforcing the authenticity audiences see on screen. His lifestyle mirrors his professional discipline. He values structure, mental focus, and creative balance, often emphasizing personal growth over public validation. Music continues to play an important role in his life, serving as both an emotional outlet and a grounding force. Tolga's influence now extends beyond Turkish television. With strong international viewership through global streaming platforms and a dedicated fan base, he has become one of Turkey's most recognizable and reliable male leads. His estimated net worth reflects steady earnings from acting, endorsements, and long-term collaborations, built through consistency rather than sudden hype. What truly sets him apart is emotional honesty. Tolga brings vulnerability to strength, silence to power, and depth to every role he inhabits. He allows audiences to feel his characters rather than simply watch them. As of 2026, Tolga Sarıtaş stands not only as a leading actor, but as a symbol of intentional growth and emotional realism in modern Turkish entertainment. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. He wasn't born into fame, yet there was always something unmistakable about him, a quiet intensity, a controlled strength, a gaze that carried emotion without excess. Ulaş Tuna Astepe didn't simply enter Turkish television. He shaped a career defined by depth, discipline, and characters that linger long after the screen fades to black. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Ulaş Tuna Astepe was born on May 5th, 1988, in Izmit, Turkey. Long before leading roles in primetime dramas, he pursued formal training at Mimar Sinan Fine Arts University, studying theater with seriousness and artistic intention. Acting was never accidental for him. It was studied, rehearsed, refined. The stage became his foundation, shaping his understanding of character psychology, timing, and emotional control. His early television appearances introduced him to broader audiences, but it was his role as Tahir Khalilai in Sun Amlak Karadeniz that transformed his career. The series became one of Turkey's most talked-about dramas, addressing intense social themes while maintaining strong ratings. As Tahir, Ula's delivered performance built on restraint and conviction, portraying a man driven by loyalty, justice, and love. The role established him as a commanding dramatic lead. Rather than remaining confined to one archetype, he continued expanding his range. In Barbaroslar, acting as in Kilisai, he stepped into the world of epic historical storytelling, embracing physical transformation and period depth. Later, in Hayat Bugün, he portrayed a modern, morally complex character navigating professional and emotional dilemmas. Each project reflected versatility and a refusal to repeat formulas. What distinguishes Ulaş Tuna Astepe is emotional gravity. His performances rarely rely on exaggeration. Instead, he builds tension through silence, subtle expression, and layered internal conflict. This approach has earned him recognition from critics and loyalty from audiences who value authenticity over spectacle. Off-screen, he maintains a reserved and grounded lifestyle. He avoids unnecessary publicity, choosing instead to let his work define his image. Fitness and physical discipline remain part of his routine, particularly for roles requiring strength and endurance. But his public persona leans toward calm reflection rather than showmanship. His style mirrors this controlled presence. Often seen in tailored, minimalist designs, he projects confidence without flamboyance. Whether attending premieres or industry events, his appearance reinforces the composed, serious identity he has cultivated. Financially, his success reflects steady progression. With leading roles in major television productions, endorsement partnerships, and international distribution of his series, his estimated net worth represents consistent career growth rather than sudden spikes. His projects have reached global audiences through streaming platforms, expanding his recognition beyond Turkey. What truly sets him apart is commitment to craft. He approaches roles with analytical focus, studying motivations and psychological layers before stepping in front of the camera. That preparation translates into performances that feel grounded and believable, even within heightened dramatic narratives. As of 2026, Ulaş Tuna Astepe stands as one of Turkish television's most respected dramatic actors, known for intensity, discipline, and measured evolution. His journey reflects dedication to artistry over hype, proving that longevity in entertainment often belongs to those who build slowly and deliberately. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.